Hey guys! Oh, I'm like almost 6 minutes in and only just switching over. Apologies for that, got caught up talking to my mother. Oh, but today we are doing drawing. It says 17. The follower goal says 17. It was 16 last time I looked at it. Did something happen between me setting things up and coming back? Because I wake up at around like 9 on a Saturday, set everything up and then go downstairs, have a coffee and maybe breakfast, and then I come back up. I have like 10 minutes to make sure everything's right before I press start, empty my bladder most times, and then as soon as I get back, switch over. I must have not looked at it before. Hang on. Oops. I knocked my mic over. I have my Kindle here. Come on, buddy. It's old. It is an old, like, Kindle Fire, I think? I can't remember the make. But it's got yellow casing, and I fucking love it. But it's very slow because it's old. I only really use it to hold up Twitch chat. Because I can't have Twitch chat up on my laptop while I'm doing the stuff. Because if I'm in like the middle of a game and shit, that's, you know. Oh, I did get a follow. TV Gamer Over. Thank you for the follow. I really wasn't expecting to get followed today. But it was off stream time, so... Hey, you know. But thank you for the follow regardless, man. Really appreciate it. We are now from 16 back up to 17. Because a couple months back, someone who had been following me for a while unfollowed me. So I went from 17 down to 16 again, but now we're back up to 17! You know, slow progress. Slow progress, slow steps. We're getting there. But yeah, last time I did stream, I made my OC Hunter some cute little outfits. And today, we're finally going to be able to fill them in with some colour. So, I'm gonna get around to that. Ugh. And I knocked the mic over again. I've got to remember I can't have the cord under the tripod. Because it's a little, like, screw-in tripod thing. So, it... Like, it's a little stand-up mic. I might, if I ever figure out how to do the, what's it called? The panels, the Twitch panels, if I ever manage to do those properly, or figure out how to do them properly, I swear I will put in whatever stuff I have. And just, oh, God, like, I don't have a huge amount of stuff. Like, I have my laptop in front of me, which is, like, perpetually on charge, because one time my laptop almost died in the middle of stream. So I've just always kept it on charge since, so that it doesn't get to that point again. I've then got my mic to the right of me, which is connected by a cord to my laptop. It's a little tripod one with a pop filter. I wanted to get something with a pop filter, just because I can, but it's an omnidirectional mic. So, like, that's how that is, I guess. How big do we want this? Ooh, let's shift it down to 2. Yeah, 2 seems good. But yeah, I have the mic to, so if like this is my desk, hang on. I'll do a little demonstration here. So if I have, it's gone to white. God damn it. Fucking me being an idiot. Okay. So if this is my desk, I have a little thing there. I have like a fan there, a bunch of stuff around here. And my mic sits here. Then I have chat, like, here. Then I have, like, a little pull-out thing. So I have, like, a little pull-out there. I have my phone stand here. And then my laptop is interchangeably here and here. So if I usually have it like that, I can also have it like down here in tablet mode. And the mic, like if that's like the top of the laptop, I have the mic plugged in like there, and this is on a tripod and it has like a pop filter. So this is like my setup. It is shitty as shit, but you know, it works for me, so I don't really question it much. But yeah, it's a very simple setup. Nothing too big, too fancy. Like maybe in future years, because my partner is a little further ahead of me in terms of streaming. They've got affiliate, which is really good. Really proud of them for that, because they worked really hard for that, and due to like work and family stuff, they were streaming pretty inconsistently, so that was a real struggle for them to get where they are. So I'm really proud of them that they got that far. I believe they're at 63 followers as of their stream yesterday. So, you know, really, really doing well. Really proud of them for that. I'm obviously, like, my progress is a little slower. If you can't tell. But, like, maybe in the future, when I have, like, the funds for it, I'll get a better setup. At the very least, like a screened drawing pad? Why are you not snapping? need you in an oval. Hmm. There we go. But yeah, my partner is planning on building like a gaming PC, like a proper one, so that their games don't freak out every time they're trying to stream. Because they were playing Stanley Parable yesterday, and oh my god, it was lagging. Everything was lagging. Why are you not snapping? What is it about this that is not making you snap? Okay then. Why is that being more difficult than it needs to be? Really frustrating, it's not snapping. Let's... No, that's not what I wanted. God fucking damn it, man. There we go. There she is. Okay. Gonna do the ribbon first. Just because it's not being too massive of a collision with the rest of the outfit. I love her so much. I love Hunter. She's my baby. part about potentially having a drawing pad with a screen in the future. That I can either do it flat on a surface or have it propped up on like a proper stand. And it's not gonna have any of this. Because I have to like pull it forward. I have to pull the laptop forward and then put my fist between the actual screen and the back of the computer, like the laptop, so that it doesn't like go completely flat mid-drawing. Because I am leaning on it slightly, and I'm not gonna deny that. But it's like, it gets really annoying when I'm trying to draw, and all of a sudden it's like, you know, it's not upright anymore, it's down, it's... I fucking hate it. It really gets on my nerves sometimes. There you go. Pidgeotto. They're cute, but, you know, not the best Pokemon. They're sort of just oversized pigeons. Don't get me wrong, pigeons are kind of cool. I mean, have you seen, like, the ones that have, like, non-typical colouring to them? Like, if you've ever seen one that instead of being, like, grey and white, or, like, a little bit of black, it's, like, the pigeon is, like, it's got browns to it. Like, I fucking love those. Those pigeons are very, very pretty. Those pigeons are beautiful. I love those pigeons. Pigeon, pigeon, pigeon. This is probably not gonna end up even. But fuck it. I'm gonna do it anyway. I keep looking at comic stuff. Like, what would you suggest to do with your comic? What should you not do when making a comic? That sort of thing. And every single time they mention, oh yeah, make sure you have the right DPI. Set your DPI to this length, to this number, because, you know, it means it'll look better. And if you don't know, DPI is dots per inch. And, like, that's all well and good, but, I can't change the DPI on this. Like, I physically have no way of changing the DPI for Sketchbook. Because that's the program I use, and 99% of the time these guys are using, like, Photoshop. And that's great for you and all, but for me, it's like, what the fuck do I do? Sit in a bin and hope for the best? Probably. I believe my partner's currently at work, which is probably part of the reason they're not in the stream yet. Honestly, I don't blame them. Their work is kind of shitty. Like, they're a delivery driver for Domino's in Australia. So, it's sort of... they don't treat them too well. Like, delivery drivers in general get a lot of shit from people for things they can't control, like the speed of which the food was made, traffic, you know, accidents and such, obstructions, and like the drivers get shit for that when it's out of their control, which is like really mean. And it's, I know it's because like I'm grumpy, I want my food, you know. It's people having a hissy fit because, you know, it's... people throwing hissy fits over food because they're hungry and taking it all out on the driver who is literally just there to transport the food. They didn't make it. They didn't make it shit. They didn't design to come the longest fucking way. I was summoned. Yes. I start talking about, like, you being at work and delivery drivers, and all of a sudden you pop up to no one's fucking surprise. Hi, hun. Good to see you. I'm currently working on Hunter's beach day outfit. I just got home. Hunter's so cute. Yeah, she is. Look at your little face, though. She's so cute. And I love her to bits. Also, do you see the follower goal? It has 17 instead of 16. I got a follower. Bubs, guess what? What? What's up, baby? What'd you do? I swear if you say vanilla Coke or some shit. It was tipped $15.10 today? Damn! That's good tippage. That is good fucking tippage. That's... damn. It's a decent fucking amount. I made bank. You did. You did make bank. It's all gonna be filled in black anyway. One house was 5, one was 10, and one was 10 cents, but I got to pet the dogs. Yes! That is amazing. Getting to pet dogs while on a shift is amazing. Fluffy collies, 2 of them, first delivery. Oh, that is a great way to start off the shift. This is a good thing. It was great, I bet it was. Bruh. Jumanji The Next Level last night. And we had my sister's best friend over. Hannah's best friend, Anna. Which is very funny. We still joke about it. But, yeah. Her best friend was over and had never seen the film. So she'd never seen The Next Level or Welcome to the Jungle, so she didn't have a lot of context for certain things. So we were having to, like, hint to her about certain events and who certain people were in relation to the story. Which, you know, my family, having watched it a couple times, knew this shit off by heart. It's fine. But yeah. It was good. We had, like, pizza, homemade pizza, which has, like, a scone base. I don't particularly like the scone base too much. Like, I'll eat it. It's not terrible, but it's, like, I would prefer if it were, like, an actual pizza bread base sort of thing. You know. I love Jumanji so much. Jack Black and Karen Gillan. Yes. I do love that Jack Black can give off the vibe of a teenage girl just through, like, the voice alone is brilliant. Like, I think he might have had to have some coaching from, like, people who are actually that age and actually speak like that, so that he can portray the character properly. But he does really well at it. Jack Black is a really good actor. He slays. He does. Jack Black slays. But yeah, yesterday, when I mentioned in the group chat that I was gonna start on the PNG thing, I was trying to select certain layers in Sketchbook, and nothing was happening. Okay, I'm gonna look while I get noms. Okay, you do that. But I like, I was trying to select stuff. I was trying to select a certain layer so that I could, you know, start. Because I have, like, a base for it. So I was going to use that as sort of a reference point. Like, I use my own as a reference for that. And I tried, and nothing was happening. Literally zero, nada, zilch. Absolutely fucking nothing was happening. and I was really confused. And then it finally dawned on me that my stylus has probably been dying for like a week now. Because it can have like an hour, maybe 2 of charge, and then it can last for like weeks. Which is fucking brilliant. Love it. But I find it funny that it didn't dawn on me until that moment that it may have died and that nothing was happening just because it had died. So when I stuck it on charge and no light had appeared, I was like, is it not charging? And then about like 2 minutes later, the little orange light to say that it's charging finally turned on, and I'm like, oh, it was that dead. I'd been killing this stylus for so long that it just went kaput, and it was so dead that it couldn't even turn on the light to say that it was dead. And I've been trying to use it and it wasn't working because there was nothing left. I found it so fucking funny. Just because usually it will light up whenever it needs charge, but obviously at some point it had indicated to me that it was dying, and I just ignored it. So my stylus had just been dying for who knows how fucking long, and it wasn't until yesterday when I was trying to use it that it finally dawned on me that it had actually died. It's very funny to me. Just because it very rarely needs to charge, so sometimes I forget that it needs to charge. I forget that, like, this is electronic. It needs to charge. You know, it's not gonna have anything if it doesn't charge. Oh shit, yeah, it needs charging. Like that sort of thing. It was very amusing. And I was gonna start on it, but after it had died, Till and I got in a call together, and then afterwards, my dad had, like, a weird 3D anime on the TV, and I got distracted by it even more. So I ended up not doing anything, and I feel bad about it. But it's also that one part in my brain that's going, this is a thing for CL. You need CL up and awake so that you can show them the progress you're making. There's no point doing anything if they're not awake. And it's like, bruv, we don't actually have that much time together in terms of time zones, because long distance is a little iffy for that sort of stuff. It's not exactly the best for doing time-based events if you have like a set time scale that you believe you can do it in. It sucks. Cause I was so ready to do it. And then I couldn't. Oh. I do find it very funny, at least to myself, that I made Hunter as a singular character, but later on, like, I had an idea of, oh, what if there's a second one to represent, like, one to represent Sean and one to represent his sister that he made when he was, like, a kid or something. So Hunter was supposed to represent his sister Alex, and then I made a second one to represent him, which was Charlie, the dog, who is essentially Hunter's twin brother, who, if you can't tell by the name, is a dog. So male Hunter is literally just Charlie, but with whiskers and cat ears. Because Charlie doesn't have whiskers. I made that a rule, because he's not a cat. And a cat's distinct thing is the whiskers. Like, if you see any cartoon cats, that's sort of the vibe they go for. They have whiskers in a cartoony sense. I know dogs have whiskers, like I am aware of that, but it's in a typical cartoony representation. A cat will be the one with whiskers. So, you know. No, not what I wanted to do. That fucking little rope. Oh my god. Are you joking? That's so annoying. Oh god. Gotta like select something else. Sometimes it doesn't like me when I do that, and it'll just stay on the screen, so I have to open and close the program again. It's not the most reliable overall. Sketchbook isn't, the biggest thing. Maybe in future I'll get Sketchbook Premium so I can do animations, because I think, because I got this version before the current one, which is now a pay to use, so I lucked out on that. And I did luck out with it in terms of getting it for free, but there are certain things that it does that I'm like, for fuck's sake, man. Like, it does have that vibe sometimes. And maybe when I'm older, I have money to spare, I will get a more professional program. But like, oh god, thank fuck, I just turned down the opacity. But maybe in the future, I'll get a professional one. You don't need a professional, like, program to do anything. You don't need to have professional shit to be good at something. But, you know, if nothing else works for me, I'll stick to Sketchbook. Because, don't get me wrong, Procreate, it is the artist's app, per se. But, for me, I need a very simplified thing. Because I can get intimidated by mildly complex programs really easily. And I hate having to switch over to stuff. So it really bugs me trying to find new programs for stuff. Cause like I want to do animations and stuff. Like I've done a couple, but they're from a semi-professional standpoint, basically just still images changed at the time that someone speaks. That is effectively what they are. They're not proper animations. And I'm fine with that for now, but in the future I do want to eventually get to the point where I can do more professional looking animations, where I have something where I can change the frames per second. I can like maybe run it by audio as well, like, because I can't do that with this. I have to use a video editing software, and it gets the job done for what I want it to do, but it's not an animation program, it's for editing videos. And I'm not joking, it is legitimately just called Video Editor. It's nothing special, it's not branded or anything, it's just a video editor. And it does what it needs to do. It does what it should. And it allows me to add audio over the top, which is fucking great. But there's a small part of me that's like, you need a professional program at some point, you know? Like, you need to work with an actual animation program to get half-decent looking animations. You can't just keep relying on video editing software to get the correct image. Like, for you to be able to animate in the way you want to. Because I'm a very amateur person when it comes to this stuff. I am in no way familiar with animation programs, and unfortunately for me, one of the first things I went for was OpenToons. Now, as a baby animator who has literally never used an animation program, that was probably the worst avenue I could have gone down. Because it is a professional standard animation program. It is something that people from people who have made like the Ghibli movies, those people, like, this is something that they use. Professionals use. And looking at the software and the way things are set up makes me want to cringe. Just because it is to a professional standard. And I am in no way professional. I need, like, I need baby's first animating program. And I've looked around and I've seen people say, like, oh, use, like, Fire Alpaca. I can't get Fire alpaca on this fucking laptop. Use this, use that, use the other, and it's like, that's great. That's good for you that you've you've found that. But I'm in a little bit of a stalemate here because I can't get those on this laptop. So it gets to the point where I'm like, am I even gonna be able to do animations in the future without using a video editing software? Because I have like Animation Desk, which is probably the closest I'm ever gonna get to baby's first like animation program. And it's great and all, but it's very laggy. If you have a lot of frames, it can get intensely slow. Like, I am talking fucking, you will literally have 1 frame per second just trying to click to a different area on it. Like, you're trying to change the pen. Okay, just give us 20 minutes to do it. And it's like, why? Well, why do you need 20 minutes to change this one little thing? It's not that difficult. And they're like, yeah, we know, it's fine, but this is gonna take a bit. And it's like, why? And not to mention, when you actually start, and you actually like press play to see how much you've done with your animation so far, like you're checking it, you want to see if it's like missing any frames, if you're doing okay. Like, it will skip the first couple of frames. I'm not joking. It will, like, you'll press play, it'll lag and skip the first couple of frames. So you've got to watch it on loop to make sure that it's actually where it needs to be. Because otherwise you can't fucking see it. Like, I started trying to make an animatic at one point for a song, and oh my god, I had like 12 frames. 12 to 20 frames. I'd press play, in tune with the music, because it wouldn't let me add audio, in tune with the music, and it would get to like the middle of the animation before anything changed. I made sure that the frames per second were correct, that I had the frames in the right places, and I wasn't like duplicating any. No, it was just the lag was so goddamn intense with that it lagged so hard. And it peed me off so much. It's not a professional program by any means. Like, it's not something you'd see big animators doing or using. But dude, come the fuck on. How do you make a program that goddamn bad? It's not that hard to make a half-decent animation program that won't lag like fucking crazy whenever I'm trying to animate something. Like, out of an animation program, you do not want something that will lag. Which is why I essentially stopped using it. Because, oh my fucking god, I was going to have an aneurysm with that shit. It was such utter bull trying to use that program. And I regret trying to use it. Because you also, half of it's behind a paywall as well. Like, you have basic shit. You have basic crap. But past that, well, basically fuck you. That's essentially what it's saying. Just fuck you and everything you're trying to do. Just, dude, chill. Would you just give me a half-decent fucking pen? Let me choose more than, like, 5 different colours. It is baby's first animation program for sure. But that doesn't mean it's not utter shit. It is utter fucking dog water. And I'm not joking. It sucks ass. Trying to find something else is really hard with this particular laptop because it's a fucking Microsoft laptop. Like, it's a HP, which means it has the Microsoft store. So in turn, it has the world's shittiest animation programs available. Like, if you want something professional, you're gonna have to download it off the internet, which I did with OpenToons. And I spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck to do with OpenToons. And it's just too much for me. It is just way too fucking much for me. It just... The animation program itself is not terrible. It's just that it fucking sucks trying to do shit and it's not doing shit. You know? It just... It feels hopeless half the time. Actually, you know what I should start with? The black. Hang on. Let's turn off the colour to this. No, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. There's that. There we go. Back to normal. God damn it. Okay. That. Okay. Now it should be okay to do. Now it's just a matter of filling in those little gaps. It didn't quite fit. Gaps. So many gaps. Actually, you know what? There. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that, and then we want to do a second layer, which is actually going to be this. There we go. Got those. This goes down to 50. Oh, 51, that's fine. Okay, so we want a pinky purple for Hunter. Purple for my baby. And then there we go. Wisma. Huh. Okay. That reminds me, I seriously need to get, like, that show of Pokemon thing, like, what it actually looks like. I seriously need to get around to that. I'm probably just gonna say that and not actually get around to it, because I know myself and I'm a fucking idiot and I'll forget. Until, like, the next stream when it happens. I'm gonna have to turn this down to 2, because it's seriously starting to inhibit the way I'm colouring. There we go. I really want to start, like, singing a song that's been stuck in my head for a little while, but I don't want to get fucking copyright claimed. My hay fever's been, like, kicking my ass recently. It's been showing up in one eye in particular, my right eye. Like, it has appeared in my left 2 or 3 times, but it's mostly my right, and it itches like all fucking hell. It just, oh, it fucking sucks. Hay fever sucks. No, don't fucking start singing it. You don't want to get copyrighted. So we're going to go this here. close the UI. Hate when that happens. I'm kind of tired. I'll just colour them in. You'd think I have more to talk about, but I don't. I could bitch and complain about certain aspects of my life. Like I could complain about my previous course, but I'm not going to, because I'm drawing Hunter, and Hunter is a beacon of positivity. Even though I was bitching about animation programs just a minute ago. This better be fucking white. Because I swear to God, if it's fucking grey again. It looks white, it appears white, it says it's white. But I swear to God, if I change this and it is not fucking white, I'm gonna be pissed. Because I'm trying to do my comic, and with my comic, my characters don't display race. It's all literally block white. Block white skin. The only, like, color aspects they have is their hair and their outfit. Like, that is the only two things that are a color aspect of these people. I don't do race in the comic. They're all just literally white as shit. Whitest of white. A4 plain paper white. I didn't originally intend for it to be white. I was kind of gonna do it fully in color. Then I realized, that's kind of gonna be a lot. That's gonna be even more color, and I don't have time for that shit. So I just made the skin blocky white. Because I do block colouring, if you can't tell. I don't really do shading very much. And if I do, it tends to be block shading. So, you know, originally I just did it because I was being too lazy to do like the skin and the nose being a different color, because my avatar has a different colored nose than it does skin. But like I mean, realizing it now, it's race. It eliminates race. So that's, you know, it's not going to be an issue in future pieces, I hope. Because, you know, it is just pure fucking white skin. I'm not doing anything fancy with it. Plain fucking white skin. It makes it easier. At least for me, in terms of like the colouring, and it also means that it bases the person off what I've done in the comic rather than, you know, the colour of the skin or anything. It's mostly because I'm lazy, though. Also because I'm not... So I've done a little bit of anatomy study into the tonal side of darker skin colours. Because ever since it was pointed out to me that people with dark skin still have light palms, every time I look at a person of colour and I see their hands, I notice that. And it's not like a, ew, that's really weird. It's a, oh, that's pretty cool sort of thing. You know? And, like, I noticed that. And I have an Animal Crossing style. If you hadn't noticed already, it's very Animal Crossing-esque. In terms of, like, my avatar and such. But part of the reason I also don't want to do skin colour, just to, first of all, avoid the racism. Second of all, I'm not sure how I do the coloured palms. Because if I have someone with their hand open, it's hard to tell, or if they're holding something. And I'm a little dumbass who wouldn't be sure how to do that with a little ball fist. So I just avoid it entirely. It makes it easier for me, you know. I'm dumb, if you can't tell. I'm a little bone dead dumb. Bone dead stupid. Not the brightest bulb in the box by a fucking mile, but you know. Trying to be at least a little bit inclusive with that. Yeah, I don't know how I do the coloured palms when it comes to the little ball hands that I do. The only reason I'm doing the gloves for Hunter is because that's how she was designed. She was designed to have, you know, the little Mickey Mouse gloves, or gloves that are associated with the rubber hose animation style. Because that's sort of the type of character she is. She's like a rubber hose character. Which is why she looks a little bit funky. But I love her regardless. But yeah, it's more of a case of I don't know how I do the palms, rather than, like, yeah, no, I don't want black people in my comic. Like, that's that's not what I'm going for at all, in any regard or respect. I know some wonderful people of colour, and I would never want to disrespect them. So I'm avoiding it. So I'm avoiding drawing a person of colour by just not doing the skin colour. Because I have my mate Marley in the comic already. Like, he's a character that shows up. And he is a person of colour. He has darker skin than I do. Honestly, saying much darker is not a challenge. I am literally paper sheet white. I am the whitest of white bitches. Probably. At least in terms of looks. But yeah, he's darker than I am, which is not difficult. So, essentially, I just, you know, I just avoid doing people of colour in my comic because I don't want to offend them accidentally, because the people of colour that I know are really, really nice people. You could do camouflage in a snowstorm. Yes. Yes, it took me a second to realise what you were talking about, but yes. Essentially, I could do camouflage in a snowstorm. The only thing that would stand out is my hair. Like, if I wore all white, the only thing that would really stand out is my hair, because it's dark brown. So, you know, that's how it is. That's how it be. That's, you know. And there we go. There. That's that done. I'm here to lovingly bully you. That is my job as your partner. Yeah, Hunter is cute. Random note generator. Hey! I've just finished designing my OC Hunter in different outfits. So, I did the cat girl one because she's already technically a cat girl. So I just put like ribbons and bells on her ears. Yeah. Because it's... I didn't know what else to do. It's funny. It is. It's kind of funny. Not all wood and metal work is equally as entertaining. Enlarging holes in wood is boring, but fastening metal together is riveting. That was a terrible pun. That was terrible. That was terrible. Thank you for that. CL hates puns. Bless you for that, mate. Yeah, there's our baby girl in her little outfits. Uh, I didn't do the little lines in her beach. I didn't do the lines in her beach outfit. These are supposed to be white. Gotta be careful now, because got the black and the white blended together on the same layer. There we go. That's sorted. There. There we go. Now it's all done. Oh, puns are brilliant. And the fucking school book! I forgot the school book! God fucking damn it, I'm seeing what I'm missing and it's really funny to me. Because I keep fucking missing them! Ugh. CL. Question. For anyone in chat, actually. Question. What was the red book? Not gonna lie, I was half expecting you to just draw Charlie for the gender swap square. It's a gender swap. All I'd have to do for Charlie was make sure that the heart shape of his floppy ears were noticeable and remove the whiskers. And that would literally be it. It is not difficult to draw Charlie. But, there you go. History is red. See, I had red as math. I think it was math and something else. It may have been English. And this I'm saying this purely off of my experience in my secondary school. Maths is blue. I know geography was green. I know that for sure. That was certain. I think we mostly just had red books. Because I remember writing in a red book for science. No, science was also green. We just didn't have very many different colours. It was all pretty monotonous. A lot of books were... Science is purple. Oh god, I wish we'd had purple books. The only colours I ever saw were that dull blue, the green, and the dull red. The green was the most vibrant out of any of them, but we only ever really had red, green, and blue. And that was pretty much the only book colours we had. If you split it up, the different sciences are different colours, but general science was purple. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, out of the red, green, and blue books that we had, this is purely going off what I think. Chem was pink. Nice. We didn't have very many colours, so out of the red, green, blue, I'd say green was chemistry, physics was blue. Actually, no, physics was red and biology was blue for us. At least that's how I feel about it, because, you know, very limited colours. Very limited colours. I did like... I didn't like science, but I think that was just the teacher, because my science teacher that I had for most of the time reminded me very much of my mother, not just in, like, appearance, because she had, like, poofy brown hair, although it was, like, shoulder length. My mum's is, like, middle of her back or something. But, like, I really loved her because she reminded me of my mum, not just in appearance, but also in mannerisms. She could be perky and bubbly and very jokey, and she was overall a very wonderful woman. I absolutely adored her. And I think it was if you got a certain thing right, she would let you pick a sticker to stick on the front of your book. And I fucking loved it. I loved getting a sticker. I only rarely got stickers, just because I wasn't the brightest bulb in the box. Or the brightest in the class. But I did like it whenever I got stickers. I think in total I got like 5. So I'm very proud of that. Very good. And I'd stick like the sticker on my book and then draw around it. Like I'd take my pen and I'd draw like a little black outline around it. And I never really understood why I did that. But if I moved the sticker to a different spot, the ghost of where it had been was still there. So that was pretty fun. I liked that. But yeah. My secondary was a little weird. Well, I guess that's cute to switch over then. If ever there was one. But yeah. It was... School wasn't the worst, but it also wasn't the best. And secondary was also the bit where I properly figured out stuff. Like, oh, I'm probably neurodivergent, I'm not straight, I'm not cisgender, you know, all of that stuff. And the neurodivergent stuff particularly came out in college. Like, that's when I, like, fully threw myself into trying to figure out why my brain wasn't working the same way as everyone else's was. Neurodivergency. You know, ding dong, the answer's right fucking there. And I was also talking with my mother, because yesterday she went to an exam for... She does accounting, and she has, like, a really difficult course she's doing at the moment. And she's failed the test again. Like, she got really, really, really close, but just didn't hit the mark. So... Oh. Apple escaped. No one caught it. What the fuck you do? But yeah. She didn't hit the mark that meant she passed. So she was really upset about that. And complaining that she didn't understand why her brain wasn't working the same. And I did point out to her that we're neurodivergent. Our brains are quite literally wired differently to neurotypicals. You're not going to understand it the same way they do. You've just got to figure out a way that works for you. Because every neurodivergent person is a little different with how things work. Night, bubs. Okay. Night. Sleep well. But yeah, every neurodivergent person is a little different with how their brain works. Even though a lot of neurodivergent techniques can help masses of neurodivergence. Because if a neurodivergent person creates the technique, then that means it's probably going to work better for a neurodivergent person because their brain is wired similarly. And I had to point out to my mum that, you know, it's not the end of the world. You got really close. You can do it again. And you're getting better with each try. So, don't give up. Because if you keep this pattern, then eventually you are going to hit the mark. Even if it's only just. If you keep the trend of getting more points every single time you try it, then eventually, by definition, you improve with each try and you will eventually pass it. You know, it's not gonna, like, sort her being upset about it or anything, but, you know, there's not much I can do about it. I can't help her with it. It's beyond my understanding by a million miles. She's very clever, but she takes failure like a freight train. And, you know, my dad and I try to cheer her up, tell her she's gonna get it eventually. Just have to keep trying. She is a stubborn woman, and that even if she says, I want to quit, she's not gonna. So, you know, just gotta keep her hopes up. Hope she passes it eventually, which I have faith she will. And hey. So, yep, that's all for stream today. I am considering changing the streaming ending soon, to the background of just chatting as well, so that it looks a little better, and just have a stream ending soon thing on it as well. So, you know, I'll figure something out, you know? We'll get there eventually. You know, slowly. Also, like fuck, a while back, OBS had an update which meant I couldn't switch scene collections because it would crash the program. They had a update a little while ago, that fixed it. So now I can, you know, sort out potential different setups for, you know, stream stuff. You know? So I'll figure something out there. But for now, that's all. I hope you all have a good day, week, month, and I will see you all on next stream. Bye!